Good morning, brothers and sisters. I greet you with love, peace, and purpose today. I'm so glad you've joined me because what we're about to talk about can shift your entire mindset and possibly the direction of your life. Let me begin by asking you a question that may challenge the way you've been praying for years. Have you ever asked God for more money, but nothing changed? You fasted, you cried, you gave offerings, but your financial situation still looked the same. It felt like heaven was silent. Have you ever wondered why some people pray for money and remain broke, while others walk in overflow without even asking for it? Could it be that we've been praying for the wrong thing? Think about it. What if God is not ignoring you, but instead trying to redirect your prayer? What if the problem isn't that your prayer is unheard, but that your request is incomplete? In this video, I want to give you the answer that many never receive from the pulpit or the prayer meeting. I'm going to show you why you should stop praying for money and what you should pray for instead. This message might make you uncomfortable, but it will also make you free, because the truth is, God doesn't want you to chase money. He wants you to discover something far greater, something that brings not only provision, but purpose, peace, and power. So stay with me till the end. This message can unlock doors you've been knocking on for years. And if it blesses you, even just one word, then please like, share, and subscribe so we can keep spreading the truth to those who are still searching. Let's begin. Many people approach God with a request for money, assuming that their problems will disappear if their bank accounts are filled. But God doesn't operate like a lottery machine. When Solomon became king, he didn't ask God for gold or silver. He asked for wisdom to lead, discern, and govern well. God was so pleased with this request that he not only gave Solomon wisdom, but also wealth, honor, and long life. Solomon's story teaches us a vital lesson. Wisdom attracts wealth, but wealth without wisdom is dangerous. Wisdom is the ability to apply knowledge in the right context. It's not just about knowing facts. It's about making sound decisions, managing resources, and navigating life with discernment. Without wisdom, even large sums of money can be misused and wasted. This is why many people who win the lottery lose it all within a few years. The issue is never the money. It's the lack of wisdom to manage what they've been given. A man once came for counseling and said he was praying for a financial breakthrough. He was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. When asked how he managed his current income, he admitted he had no budget, no savings, and was drowning in impulsive spending. The problem wasn't a lack of money, it was a lack of wisdom. Giving more money to someone without wisdom is like pouring water into a broken container. No matter how much you pour, it will always leak out. Wisdom teaches us to live below our means, to invest instead of consume, and to plan instead of panic. It teaches delayed gratification and strategic decision making. When a person possesses wisdom, even a small amount of money can multiply. Think about the parable of the talents. The master gave 5 talents to one servant, 2 to another, and 1 to the last. The first 2 multiplied what they received because they had the wisdom to manage, invest, and grow it. The last one buried his talent out of fear and ignorance, and it was taken from him. God responds to stewardship. He blesses what we manage well, not what we mishandle. If you're not faithful with the little you have, why would God entrust you with more? Praying for more money without changing your mindset is futile. Instead, ask God to make you a better steward. Ask him to give you wisdom in your spending, saving, and earning. Consider the widow in 2 Kings 4 who was about to lose her sons to debt collectors. She cried out to the prophet Elisha, who didn't give her money. He asked her, "What do you have in your house?" She replied, "Just a little oil." With a divine strategy, that small jar of oil multiplied into enough to pay her debts and sustain her family. The miracle wasn't in the oil. It was in the wisdom that unlocked its potential. This is how God works. He places the seed of increase in your hands, but waits for you to ask for the wisdom to activate it. Your next level is not tied to a financial miracle. It's tied to a mindset shift. Stop praying for more money. Start praying for the wisdom to make the most of what you already have. When you don't know your purpose, money becomes your master. But when you understand your purpose, money becomes your servant. Too many people are chasing after purses, symbolic of wealth, material goods, and financial gain, without understanding why they need it in the first place. The pursuit of money without clarity of purpose leads to burnout, confusion, and regret. That's why some of the wealthiest people on earth are also some of the most miserable. Purpose gives meaning to your wealth. It tells money where to go and what to do. A life without purpose will waste money on empty pursuits, trying to fill a void that only destiny can satisfy. But a life rooted in purpose uses money as a tool to build, bless, and bring transformation. A young woman once told me she wanted to be rich so she could finally feel important. But when asked what she would do with the money, she couldn't give a clear answer. Her desire for wealth had no assignment. Without purpose, prosperity becomes vanity. That's why Scripture teaches that where there is no vision, the people perish. Vision is born from purpose, and vision attracts provision. Look at the life of Jesus. He had no fixed income, yet never lacked. He had purpose, and because he walked in that purpose, everything he needed came to him. When it was time to feed the 5,000, provision appeared. When he needed a donkey to ride into Jerusalem, it was waiting. He didn't chase money, he fulfilled his mission, and the mission attracted every resource necessary to accomplish it. Your assignment will always attract provision. When you align your life with God's plan, the doors that need to open will open. The people you need will find you. The resources will come, not because you begged, but because purpose is magnetic. Money is not evil. The love of money is. When you chase purpose, money chases you. A man who knows his purpose will never stay broke. He may go through seasons of lack, but he's never empty. Purpose fuels innovation, creativity, resilience, and focus. When your life has direction, your energy becomes productive, not wasted. Purpose sharpens your decisions. You stop spending aimlessly. You stop competing with others. You stop measuring your worth by what you wear or drive. Instead, you start building something eternal. Instead of praying for God to fill your wallet, pray for Him to reveal your purpose. Pray to understand what problem you were born to solve, what gap you were created to fill, and what legacy you're meant to leave. The moment you grasp your assignment, heaven begins to respond. Purpose is not always flashy or famous. Sometimes it looks like starting a small business that blesses your community, or raising children with values that shape the future, or writing songs that heal hearts. Whatever your purpose is, when you find it, resources will find you. Don't chase purses, chase purpose. Pray not for increase, but for insight, not for more things, but for more understanding. Because when you live for something greater than yourself, the heavens are obligated to supply your every need. Money doesn't make people wealthy. Ideas do. Every great company, invention, and movement began with a simple idea. Apple started with an idea in a garage. Amazon began as a concept in a small office. Wealth doesn't start in the wallet. It starts in the mind. When people pray for income without asking God for ideas, they limit themselves to temporary relief rather than long-term transformation. Income can be given, but ideas create systems that generate income repeatedly. A divine idea is a seed of multiplication. One idea, backed by faith and strategy, can change not only your financial life, but the lives of countless others. The book of Proverbs says, "Plans are established by counsel, by wise guidance wage war." God is a God of strategy. He blesses us through divine concepts, creative insight, and innovative thinking. A man who worked in a warehouse once prayed for a raise. He had been working long hours and felt stuck. One day during prayer, instead of asking for more money, he asked God for direction. A vision came to him about organizing a better tracking system for inventory. He proposed it to his supervisor. Not only did it increase company efficiency, but he was promoted and given a bonus. The raise didn't come from begging, it came from thinking. When you pray for ideas, you tap into the mind of God. He is the creator, and you were made in his image. That means creativity is in your DNA. You weren't designed to just work jobs. You were designed to solve problems. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise, and every solution is a seed of financial increase. People often overlook the power of ideas because they are intangible. You can't spend an idea like cash, but when developed, it becomes more valuable than money. God doesn't rain down money from heaven. He gives insight, concepts, and revelations. The difference between staying broke and building wealth is often one God-inspired idea acted upon with boldness. If you've been praying for money, shift your focus. Ask God to show you the ideas already inside you. Pay attention to the problems that bother you, the gaps you notice, the passions you carry. Hidden within them are ideas that can become businesses, ministries, or solutions that bless others and bring provision to your life. Discipline is the bridge between desire and destiny. Many people desire financial freedom but lack the discipline to make it a reality. They pray for more money but spend carelessly. They ask for breakthrough but avoid budgets. Without discipline, wealth will slip through your fingers no matter how much you earn. Money doesn't change habits, it magnifies them. If someone is financially irresponsible with $100, they'll be just as reckless with $10,000. Praying for dollars without the character to manage them is a setup for frustration. God responds to stewardship, and discipline is at the core of good stewardship. A young couple once shared how they had struggled with debt for years. They blamed their low income, but when they began tracking their spending, they realized most of their money went to eating out, impulsive shopping, and unused subscriptions. They didn't need more money, they needed structure. They started using a simple budget, cut back on non-essentials, and paid off thousands in debt within a year. Their income didn't change, but their discipline did. Discipline allows you to say no to immediate pleasure for the sake of future gain. It empowers you to save, invest, and resist the cultural pressure to overspend. It's what keeps you consistent, even when results are delayed. Discipline helps you build emergency funds, avoid emotional spending, and stay on track toward your goals. Financial discipline isn't about being stingy, it's about being strategic. It's knowing the difference between needs and wants. It's choosing to delay gratification today so you can enjoy freedom tomorrow. Discipline also includes setting financial boundaries, protecting your time, and refusing to be manipulated into commitments that drain your resources. When you pray, ask God to give you a spirit of discipline. It's a fruit of the Spirit, not just a personality trait. It's a gift that can be developed. Through discipline, you position yourself to receive more and handle it well. It's not about how much you make, it's about how well you manage what you have. Vision is the ability to see what does not yet exist and to act as if it already does. Many people pray for victories, victory over debt, financial hardship, or poverty, but lack a vision for where they are going. They want to escape their present condition but have no clear direction for their future. Victory without vision is like winning a race with no destination. It feels good for a moment but leads nowhere. A vision is a mental picture of a preferred future. It gives your decisions purpose and your energy direction. When you lack vision, you live reactively. You spend your time responding to emergencies rather than building something lasting. But when you carry a vision, your life becomes intentional. You wake up with purpose, and your actions align with your destiny. A man once prayed for God to free him from working 3 jobs. He was exhausted, barely sleeping, and felt stuck in survival mode. When challenged to write down what he actually wanted for his life, he hesitated. He'd never thought beyond the next paycheck. He began to seek God for a vision. Over time, he developed a plan to start a mobile mechanic business. He saved, purchased tools, and launched it on the side. Within a year, he left his other jobs and was working full-time in his own business. Because he traded survival for vision. Vision fuels sacrifice. It gives you the strength to say no to things that distract you. It pulls you through seasons of struggle because you know what you're working toward. A vision-driven person doesn't need to be motivated every day because purpose is their fuel. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. There's power in clarity. When your vision is clear, your finances begin to serve that vision. You stop spending on impulse and start investing with intention. You start building a legacy, not just chasing a lifestyle. Vision isn't limited by your current situation. You may be broke, unemployed, or buried in debt today, but if you can see a future beyond your circumstances, you can walk toward it one step at a time. God gives vision before provision. He showed Abraham the stars before he gave him a son. He gave Joseph a dream before he gave him a throne. When you pray, ask for vision. Ask God to show you what he sees when he looks at your life. Ask him to reveal what's possible, not just what's present. When vision takes root, everything else begins to align. People often focus on outcomes, wanting God to deliver the final result. They pray for the promotion, the check, the breakthrough. But divine increase often comes in the form of opportunity. A door opens, a connection appears, a new idea surfaces. Those who only look for outcomes often miss the small doors that lead to big breakthroughs. Opportunities require faith, awareness, and readiness. God rarely hands you the finished product. He gives you a seed. It might come as a job interview, a business pitch, a new relationship, or a shift in environment. Those who walk closely with God recognize that the answer to their prayer might not look like what they expected. It might look like an assignment. A woman once prayed for financial healing. She was looking for a check or a benefactor to rescue her from debt. What came instead was an invitation to a free online course about digital marketing. She ignored it for weeks, thinking it wasn't the answer. But when she finally took it, she discovered a gift for copywriting. That opened the door to freelancing, and within 2 years, she had built a 6-figure business. Her outcome was hidden inside an opportunity she nearly overlooked. Opportunities require preparation. If you're not ready when the door opens, you'll miss your moment. Many people are praying for God to send clients, but they haven't learned how to serve. They ask for success, but haven't built the structure to handle growth. God will not open doors that lead you to collapse. He opens doors that match your maturity. David didn't pray for a throne. He showed up to serve lunch and found himself in front of Goliath. That battle was his opportunity. If he had refused to serve, he would have missed his divine moment. Opportunities often disguise themselves as responsibilities, challenges, or small beginnings. If you despise the small thing, you disqualify yourself from the big thing. Be careful not to ignore what looks ordinary. The very thing you overlook could be the answer to your prayer. Opportunities are everywhere, but they're only visible to the prepared. A prepared mind sees doors where others see walls. It sees solutions where others see struggle. When you pray, Ask God to open your eyes. Pray not just for the final result, but for the wisdom to recognize divine doors when they appear. Ask for discernment to separate distraction from opportunity. And most of all, pray for the courage to walk through the door, even when it looks uncertain. Wages can be spent in a day, but wisdom will serve you for a lifetime. Many people focus their prayers on earning more money, thinking that higher wages will solve their problems. But without wisdom, more money just multiplies mistakes. Wisdom teaches you how to manage what you earn, invest what you have, and grow what you've been given. A person earning a modest income, but guided by wisdom, will often live more peacefully than someone with a six-figure salary drowning in debt and bad decisions. Wisdom is the ability to make the right decision at the right time with the right motive. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it teaches you when and how to do it. A man once received a large inheritance unexpectedly. Within 2 years, he had nothing left. He bought a new house, new cars, and lived lavishly. What he lacked wasn't money, it was wisdom. Had he sought counsel, learned about financial planning, or invested wisely, he could have built a lasting legacy. But without wisdom, the blessing became a burden. Wisdom teaches delayed gratification. It helps you say no to what looks good, so you can say yes to what is good. It shows you how to multiply your resources and how to protect your time and energy. Proverbs declares that wisdom is more precious than silver and yields better returns than gold. That's not poetic language, it's divine truth. Many pray for doors to open, but wisdom tells you which doors to walk through. Wisdom protects you from get-rich, quick schemes, emotional spending, and wrong partnerships. It reveals hidden traps behind enticing offers and allows you to navigate complex situations with clarity and grace. You can't Google divine wisdom, it comes from God. It's deeper than information and broader than experience. It is the Spirit's insight applied to real-life circumstances. When Solomon was given the chance to ask for anything, he didn't ask for riches. He asked for wisdom, and because he did, God gave him both wisdom and wealth. Every financial prayer should be accompanied by a prayer for wisdom. Ask God to teach you how to build, protect, and manage. Ask Him for insight beyond your education, instincts, or experience. Money is a tool, but wisdom is the hand that wields it. Prosperity without purpose is empty. Many chase financial increase hoping it will fill the void in their hearts, only to find that money alone does not bring fulfillment. Purpose gives your prosperity direction. It's the reason behind the resources. Without it, even abundance feels meaningless. When you understand your purpose, your financial goals change. You no longer strive to impress others. You live to impact others. You begin to see wealth as a tool, not a trophy. Your definition of success moves from accumulation to assignment. You don't just want to make money, you want to make a difference. A woman who built a successful career in real estate once shared how empty she felt despite her financial gains. She had homes, cars, and recognition, but still felt unfulfilled. It wasn't until she began using her income to mentor young women and support housing for single mothers that she felt truly alive. Her prosperity became purposeful, and her joy multiplied. Purpose gives pain meaning. It helps you endure struggle because you know you're not just surviving, you're growing into something. It shifts your focus from how much can I make to what legacy can I leave. Purpose-driven people don't hoard, they build. They don't chase trends, they stay true to their calling. Your purpose isn't limited to your job title. It's tied to your gifts, passions, and the people you're called to serve. When you align your finances with that purpose, your life gains power and momentum. God funds purpose. He releases provision for vision. When He knows you'll use what He gives for His glory, He has no reason to withhold it. Prosperity is not the goal, impact is. When you pray, ask for clarity about your assignment. Ask to see how your skills, experiences, and resources can be used to serve others. That clarity brings a joy that no paycheck can match.